Character in this show was a lady called Sophia Mendoza, who was the owner and friend of a unicorn called Wildstar. She was known to be very independent and rebellious, as she was not afraid to do things in her own way and even change the rules to find the hidden truth within each episode. She was self-reliant and mostly preferred to handle things by herself, and was also a very adventurous and brave soul driven to achieve her goals no matter the consequences. She was nevertheless so supportive and kind to her friends, and was kind of a leader when around others. Her gorgeous voice was from Sarah Garcia, who is a Canadian-Lebanese actress. Valentina Fury was another character who appeared with her unicorn known as Cinder. Everyone knew her as a very competitive and boastful woman who was determined to win in everything she did. She always bragged about her own abilities, even believing that she was royalty at the academy and a fashion icon. She initially presented herself as a bully and a rival, particularly to Sophia Mendoza, and always thought that she was better than the other students in the school. And even with all that is said, Valentina became nicer as the show developed, and became a loyal friend who helped her teammates when they were in trouble. She was voiced by Carrie Wong, who is a Canadian voice actress of Filipino and Singaporean descent.
Hello, adoring fans! It's me!
There was a girl called Leila Fletcher who also appeared as one of the main characters and had a unicorn called Glacier. She was a brilliant and knowledgeable lady who was exceptionally smart in school and was known to get straight A in all her exams. She was also a very shy and kind person who got along with almost everyone, and most people in the academy actually loved having her around. She loved reading books and was always staying curious about the happenings of the rest of the world. Her motivation was loyalty to her friends who she always wanted to help, and she encouraged them to read more and take an interest in learning new things every day. Voiced by Camilla Fairburn, an English actress who was raised in Toronto, Canada.
Are you even paying attention? You're the ones who asked me to help tutor you for your
Now, Rory was a boy in the series and the owner of the unicorn called Storm. He was a guy that enjoyed playing pranks for fun, and was also a very friendly fella to both the students and teachers. His unicorn was also very reckless and impulsive, and Rory used him in almost all his pranks to his friends. And despite his pranks, he was a kind and warm-hearted boy who did all he could to help his friends when in danger. His voice came from Colton Stewart, who is an actor and musician as well as a dancer and a songwriter.
I've got a hilarious prank for you today. I'm calling it the Great Fake Snake.
Isabelle Armstrong was a female character who appeared with her unicorn called River. She was a friendly and a confident person who loved to win and was always motivated by competition. She was physically the strongest member of the group and a talented athlete. She was known to be very supportive to her friends, especially when they needed a helping hand, and the group actually depended on her when fighting bad guys and villainous characters. She was voiced by Gabby Cosmides, who is a well-known actress and voice actress. Ava Banji was one of Sophia's best friends and classmate, and her unicorn was called Leaf. She was a very nurturing and empathetic lady whose natural instinct was to care for others, whether people or animals. She was a sympathetic person who always tried to look for the best in everyone, and she loved unicorns more than anything else in the world. Her positivity and energy was described as the best attitude in the entire Unicorn Academy, and was always looked upon to bring the brighter side in every situation. She was also a very loyal person who shared a very deep and personal bond with her unicorn, voiced by Sadie LaFlamme-Snow, who is a Canadian actress.
I have loved unicorns for literally forever.
Miss Evelyn Primrose was the head teacher of Unicorn Academy and the official rider of the unicorn called Ethra. She was also the mysterious masked villain known as the Star Snatcher who used magical illusions to conceal her identity. She was initially very confrontational and stubborn, and would only focus on her goals without trusting her friends and colleagues. She, however, changed over the course of the show and learned to work with her friends as a team and understood the importance of friendship. She was voiced by Rosemary Dunsmore, who is a Canadian TV and theatrical actress.
Please Relax, everyone. Let's stay calm. You may not understand it.
Ravenzella was the ruler of Grimoria and one of the strongest grim magic users to exist. She was the enemy of the Riders of Unicorn Academy, and she used her dark forces for years to fight against the Unicorn Riders. She was previously imprisoned and sought revenge against the people who imprisoned her, and her primary objective as the main villain was to destroy the whole Unicorn Academy. She used and controlled grim magic and also created armies to do her bidding. She again was seen to lack remorse and had a cruel streak which she used to petrify the Unicorn Riders and planned to destroy their school. She was voiced by Jennifer Hale, who is a Canadian-American voice actress.
Stop! How nice to have such adoring son.
A lady called Dileia was a recurring character who was the best friend to a girl called Jacinta. In her first appearance, Dileia began the series by saying that she was not at Unicorn Academy to make friends, but rather to achieve her goals alone. She would later change in character by learning that she could not achieve everything by herself and that friendship and teamwork were crucial for success. Her voice was from Addison Holly, who is a Canadian actress and voice actress.
Twinkle Socks has finding magic, and that I just so happen to
Crimsette
have.
was the shadow sprite minion of Ravenzella. She was an evil sprite with dark powers and was very loyal to her mistress Ravenzella. She was often involved in mischievous and dark schemes which made her a formidable and enjoyable villain to watch. She was also very intelligent and cunning, and would sometimes use her intellect to help Ravenzella to take down the Riders. Anasani was responsible for her voice. She is a Canadian actress, voice actress, and a writer.
I hate being this close to the academy. Everything's so...
Tabaditha was a plant-like fairy monster who was freed from Grimoria and now sought to drain all the unicorn magic from Unicorn Island in order to regain her power. She was a greedy and selfish creature who wanted to take all the magic for herself, and was also a power-hungry beast whose main motivation was to acquire all magic in the island because she found it lovely and sweet. She was actually much more powerful than Ravenzella, and her power was to unleash plant powers that drained all unicorn magic. Voiced by Taja Issen, who is a Canadian actress and editor.
You're new too. I'm Tabaditha.